Federal prosecutors just unsealed an indictment charging New York City Mayor Eric Adams with bribery, wire fraud, and solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national. In a 57-page indictment, prosecutors allege this scheme spans nearly 10 years. Now, Adams has not immediately responded since this indictment was unsealed, but has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Let's go to NBC News correspondent Rehema Ellis. She is outside of Gracie Manor, which is where the mayor lives, where we saw FBI agents searching his home earlier. I know, Rehema, we're still trying to digest this indictment. You've had a chance to look over it. What do prosecutors allege here?
They allege, as you point out in this 57-page indictment, 5 criminal federal charges against him. Count number 1 includes conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. Count 2, wire fraud. Count 3 and 4, solicitation of a contribution by foreign national. Count 5, bribery. We'll break down some of those in just a moment for you, Joe, but I want to mention just moments ago, and it should still be going on now, the mayor came out of the official mayoral residence uptown called Gracie Mansion, and he did speak to reporters in front of the camera, telling them that he says, "We are not surprised. In fact, we expected this. This action has been going on. It's lasted for more than 10 months. And he said he is almost glad that we have reached this day. And he said he is asking New Yorkers to wait before they make judgment to hear, quote unquote, our story. He pointed out that in the next half hour or so, the Southern District of New York District Attorney is scheduled to have a press conference in the building just behind me here to talk more about what these charges entail. And the mayor alluded to that, saying that that's going to be one story in essence, and he has another story to say. He says it's an insult to say that anyone in New York and working in the mayor's administration won't be able to do their job as a result of this indictment. He said they will, that city activities will go on as they should. He called it a painful day, but he says we'll finally reveal the why of the last 10 months, and we're going to be found innocent, in essence, he says, of all of this. He says, excuse me, I look forward to defending the people of New York as I have always done. I think you mentioned that earlier today, federal authorities went back into Gracie Mansion and they took certain things out. According to his attorney, they took his cell phone and they said, the attorney says, it was a spectacle, his word, that was unnecessary. He said the mayor would willingly turn over anything that was asked of him if they just asked. We should talk about the fact, Joe, that this has been going on for months, that the allegations and the investigation into a criminal probe has been underway almost since the mayor took office back in 2021. But it was alleged that these charges, again, were stemming from a broad public corruption investigation that started some years ago and examined whether the mayor and his campaign conspired with the Turkish government to receive illegal foreign donations. It also examined whether the mayor presumed that, or pressured, I should say, the New York Fire Department officials to sign off on a brand new high-rise building for the Turkish consulate, despite safety concerns after receiving donations from foreign nationals. And as we point out, that the mayor's, one of his campaign fund workers, her home, Brianna Shrugg's, her home last year was searched by authorities, and cell phones and electronic equipment was taken from her. Also, the home of the mayor's director for international affairs was searched. The search also involved the mayor's former liaison to the Turkish consulate and the former Turkish Airlines. We should tell you that the mayor, according to the indictment, took some 7 foreign trips. Some of them included Turkey, India, Hungary, Ghana, and China. According to this indictment also, the mayor made fraudulent information to election officials about donations he's receiving. They allege that he got foreign money and said that it was from contributors who were American. As a result of reaching matching campaign contributions required to get public funds, the mayor got upwards of $10 million in public matching funds, authorities are saying, as a result of making illegal and fraudulent submissions on his papers about where the money was coming from. It is a sprawling indictment, as you point out, 57 pages, 5 counts. And it's only just beginning in terms of what we may hear more about as we're just going through some of all of this, Joe, which is a very lengthy indictment against the mayor.
And Rehema, as you noted, the mayor is saying he's done nothing wrong and is not going to resign. Are we hearing calls for him to resign?
There are calls for him to resign. The governor, Kathy Hochul, has even been asked, does she think he should step down? And she would be the one. She could require the mayor to step down, but she said it is too soon for any of that to happen, that we should wait and see how this investigation plays out. In addition, there have been other elected officials who've called for the mayor to resign. If he does, that would mean that the public advocate, Jumaane Williams, would take his place, and then there would be a special election that would be held. But some are saying it's kind of early. The charges just came down today following a lengthy investigation. As we talked to people out here and asked them what their thoughts were about this, people were saying they were disappointed. But, Joe, no one said that they were surprised. Again, because there has been sort of a drip, drip, drip of allegations swirling around top mayor officials. And no one seems surprised that now this indictment zeroes in directly on the mayor. He is the only one named in this indictment, despite the fact that I had mentioned to you that this investigation going on for some time, and it involved taking electronic equipment from several of his top aides, but none of them are mentioned as being indicted in this particular information that we got out today.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.